Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are updating an old list from 2019. This is my top 20 favorite horror movies. So yeah, back in 2019, I made a list of my top 10. And that was at the time with everything I had seen and all. But we're updating it today, and we're not updating just the top 10, we're making it a top 20 because there's so many great horror movies, and I've seen a lot of them just this year. So yeah, this is going to be a list of my 20 favorites. They're not necessarily what I think are the technically best made or anything. They are just going to be my personal favorites based on what I enjoy in a good horror movie. So if they are not the same as your list, or if you think there are some that were left out that should have been in there, it's my list. I don't know what to tell you. It's my opinion. This is just what I like. So, yeah, you're not going to change my mind, and I don't want to change yours. I would love to see your lists. Tell me what your favorite horror movies are down below. Because it's all subjective. It's all opinion, and that's fine. My list doesn't have to be the same as yours, and yours doesn't have to be the same as mine. I would hope it's not. We're different people. We should have different opinions. That's how things go. But if a lot of the same movies are on both of our lists, hey, don't have an issue with that. But yeah, form your own opinions is what I'm saying. And I hope you let me form mine. So yeah, there's not really any rules to this as long as it's a movie and is horror. And there's a lot of different varieties of horror. Anything that would count as horror. Doesn't matter if it's psychological, doesn't matter if it's slasher, doesn't matter if it's a horror comedy, animated movie, does not matter as long as one of its genres, because movies can have multiple, believe it or not, as long as one of its main genres, one of the main things about its story and presentation is horror. That's all that really matters to me. And I've been poring over this list trying to figure out what I wanted to put in. There are a lot of choices to go with. Even, again, just going through everything I've reacted to on the channel, much less things I've seen on my own time. So I had to cut it down and figure out placements and everything. And I think I'm satisfied with where I got it. So, yeah. The actual ranking, the actual list will be in the description below. It will be redirected onto 100 free because of copyright bullshit on YouTube. I'm going to be using trailer footage just to make it easier. All of my choices are just, again, based on personal preference, based on what I like to see in movies with story, characters, scares, that kind of stuff. If you want me to go into any specific details about any of my choices, feel free to ask, but I feel like a lot of it just boils down to it's just what I like. But if you want any more details than that, feel free to ask in the comments. I'll go into further detail if you need me to there. But like I said, the list of the top 20 will be linked to in the description, so you can check it out there and see what my 20 favorite horror movies of all time currently are. Because this list is obviously coming out before the end of October, before we finish out even our Halloween special. And yeah, I could have waited, but honestly, with the types of movies we're going to be getting into the rest of this month, I don't really see any of them beating out what I've got in my top 20 currently. Just, again, based on what I do know about them. And hell, maybe we'll do this again in the future, so any changes can be adjusted then. But for the time being, this is just my current list. My views and things, my opinions can shift and waver here and there, so this is just what I think based on my most recent viewings of all these movies and more, and just my current my current interests and, again, all the factors that I take into account. So, yeah, if you're looking for something that's just going to be a repeat of the 2019 list, you're going to be disappointed. And if you're looking for something that's going to be a copy and paste of your own list, you're going to be disappointed. But I hope you enjoy my list, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I'd love to hear what you think of my choices and my placements. So feel free to comment on that down below as well. But for the time being, like I said, once again, the actual list, the actual top 20 is in the description below. It is redirected onto 100 Free, the website I am currently redirecting my reactions onto for, again, copyright reasons with YouTube. So that is redirected there as well. You can check it out there, and I hope you enjoy it. For the time, though, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Connie, and I hope you enjoy the list.